Yo, 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 what's good, y'all? It's Bassey, Aqua, and Stephen A. Smith gets embarrassed by LeBron James, and this was a crazy sight to see. And I don't know if you guys saw my last video on Rumble, but I did a video about Stephen A. Smith backtracking on voted for Kamala Harris, and I was just very upset with how Stephen A. Smith handled that. Go check that video out. So I didn't agree with Stephen A. Smith on how he handled that situation, but on this in this situation, man, I gotta agree with Stephen A. Man, like this was just crazy, like I know LeBron James is like he's getting older, and people say he's getting worse and worse every year. And I understand that teams are building and I guess like doing better, and they're looking like they're gonna have a better future than LeBron James and the Lakers, which is very unlike LeBron James. Usually every year he's competing for to win the championship and everything like that. So to see this is like, whoa. Like I know everybody thinks like, yo, he's washed, he fell off. This guy's still a physical specimen. This guy's still 6'8". Like his shoulders, you see his shoulders, he's huge. So the fact that people are not almost not, I wouldn't say just alarmed. The fact that people are not even acting like they're not shocked. They're acting like, yo, Stephen A. What did he do? Like this was just crazy to me. Like how was he gonna run up on Stephen A. Smith, and like this guy's a commentator. And if I think Stephen A. Smith actually handled this situation pretty well because we got LeBron James. This guy was picked to be a number one draft pick. And as you know, being picked as a number one draft pick, in my opinion, it's not just based off your talent. It's based on what you would do off the court because like it isn't just one team. Like pretty much everybody's investing in you. Not only the journalists that covering you every day, that they're making money off that. Like they're just the fans, the young kids. They're not invested in the guy coming off the bench. They're invested in LeBron James because he's the number one pick, and he was. People knew he was going to be the number one pick since he was in high school, and he came straight out of high school. So the fact that he's running up on commentators, like the fact that it's Stephen A. Smith, that doesn't give it a pass, man. That doesn't give a pass for dudes to run up in guys' faces. I'm not saying that that there shouldn't be any physical confrontation, but you're 6'8". You could have said you could have asked what's his name, Rich Paul. Like those guys are right. They probably got the same athletic ability or something like that. Like, why didn't you say, "Yo, Rich Paul"? Like, go talk to. This is Stephen A. Smith. This is not like some sort of big bully. This is Stephen A. I know he talks very loud, and I know his head. I know his head is huge and stuff like that. But like, what was he scared? Was Bronny scared? Because I think the whole situation was about Stephen A. Smith speaking on Bronny. So I don't know. Was Bronny crying in his room like, "Yo, Dad," like, "Yo, Stephen A. just won't leave me alone"? Like, was this stopping him from like when he goes out on dates and stuff with his girl? Like, was like what effect did this have on Bronny's life? That James said, "Yo, I got to go handle this." Not after the game. I'm not going to catch Stephen A. Smith in the parking lot or at the valet at some fancy restaurant. I'm gonna press Stephen A. in front of everybody. Like that was an intended effort. Like this wasn't some random thing. I think LeBron James went to sleep with his do rag on. He brushed his teeth before he went to sleep with his do rag on. He looked himself in the mirror. Savannah was probably already asleep. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go holla at Stephen A. Smith tomorrow, but I'm gonna have to make sure everybody knows it." Like that was that. This is crazy. This is a guy who was chosen as the number one pick in the draft. Like this such a huge precedent. So the guy Anthony Edwards, right? They're saying he's the like he might be the franchise player or something like that. He might be the next league franchise player. So is this what Anthony Edwards should do? Should Anthony Edwards, anytime somebody says anything bad about him, like should he follow in LeBron James's footsteps and go press people on the court? Like this is crazy. Have you ever seen Michael Jordan run up on any commentator? Did he do this just because Stephen A. is black? Like, why did he do this? Like this, in my opinion, this was very childish of LeBron James, and I actually commend Stephen A. He could have threw his drink on him. He could have threw his green tea on him and just ran into the stands or something like that. People, you see it on reality shows and MTV. You see that and stuff like that. But yeah, man, this is crazy. Like again, I I don't know how do you say it. Like I really support Stephen A. Smith and how he handled himself as a grown man because he didn't even you I don't know if he was scared, but if you look at his face, he wasn't fidgeting. He wasn't like mad or he wasn't like, yo, like come on, bro. Like he didn't look scared. He was just standing there looking like he was ready to continue to do his job. He looked like he didn't want to be thrown off because he looked like he still wanted to do his job as a journalist. So that's why I have to commend Stephen A. Smith for his professionalism. His a lot of his takes that's another story, but just for how he handled himself in that particular situation, I was surprised. Like this is Stephen A. Smith. Like this is a guy who's yelling. He's doing all this type of stuff like that. This has to make me think. I don't know. Did LeBron think he was going to do something back? Like so, what if he looked up at LeBron and poked his finger in his face? Was LeBron going to smack him in his face? Like what was going to happen? What was Stephen A. supposed to do? And what did LeBron James think was going to happen? Did he think these guys were going to start brawling on the court? Like I don't know. Like this is in my opinion very irresponsible. And I think if LeBron James knew that he was going to a championship, I don't think he would be running up on Stephen A. Smith. Like that's just my opinion. Like I've never this is something I've never seen from LeBron. Like so it's just very alarming, man. Like again, it's a lot of alarming things going on at the professional level. With politics in my last video, you could go check that out with Stephen A. Smith speaking on the election and how he's flip flopping and I would only vote for Donald Trump. Like I'll vote for Kamala. Like it's one like so. Just seeing this situation in the last situation, I think Stephen A. Smith handled himself very well, man. So I hope he's doing all right. I hope he's not worried about anything. Like right, like so. If he goes to the next game with LeBron, is LeBron going to run up on him again? Is he going to say sorry? Who knows, man? But we'll see. Um, in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, man, this is just very it was very this is very alarming, and not only alarming, um, it was just poor conduct at guys who are supposed to be operating on the highest level. Like I know LeBron James is he might be on the tail end of his career, but that doesn't give him an excuse to act very irresponsible, even though he's not going to a championship. I think that's what it's about as well. Like I think it's almost like a fit that he's definitely not going to a championship, so he's got to get mad and stuff like that. Like this is crazy behavior to me, and it's not a good example for the guys coming up like at all. And I think guys are very influenced by LeBron James, like the younger guys. So to do this is almost like a stamp that he says he doesn't care. He doesn't care about who he's influencing. He doesn't care about the younger guys in the NBA. He doesn't care about the kids, all these kids watching and stuff like that. So yeah, man. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Like and follow me on Rumble, man. Peace.